You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone.
Orange.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
Labor Day, Friday, May 1st, 2026. Venue, prestigious Money Hotel. 7 p.m. From ticket prices. 500 leons. Answer, 1,000 leons. I mean, table for 4, 10,000 leons. A deal, table for 8, 20,000 leons. You don't buy yourself plenty. Now, come and laugh. No excuse. Media partner, Liberty Online TV, and cooked by Eminence Africa.
I say, it don't make sense. I don't make sense.
Salon at 65. Please, salon people, salon they turn 65 years after independence, and the celebration is hitting the plate. So, me people, make we join the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the National Tourist Board, the Monuments and Relics Commission, and the Tourism and Hospitality Private Sector as we celebrate Sierra Leone at 65. The journey through gastronomy, culture, and creativity. Mark the date from the 25th of April to the 26th of April 2026. We dey take over Jijibonta car park from 11 o'clock in the morning till the next day, because we forget display of different kind of art and culture. Come one, come all. Come and celebrate our local heritage. Experience live cooking with unique signature dishes. Enjoy food tasting competition and plenty other things but culinaries. Art and culture, sculpture, painting, designs, comedy, artistic performance, and plenty more. After the cultural performances, you don't forget kites flying. Therefore, do the painting right in front of you. Car racing, exhibition, and plenty other activities there. With a call on every Sierra Leonean can be part of the celebration. The best part, entrance is free. From the 25th of April to the 26th of April 2026, with a takeover Jijibonta car park. See you there.
School pupils in Sierra Leone, do you have a creative writing skills? Would you love to win a brand new laptop and a scholarship grant worth up to 50,000 new leons? then this is your moment. The UBA Foundation, with support from UBA Sierra Leone in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, is proudly launching the 5th edition of the 2025-2026 UBA National Essay Competition, as the UBA Sierra Leone has teamed up with the Institute for Legal Research and Advocacy for Justice, ILRAJ, to make it bigger and better. Are you a senior secondary school pupil anywhere in Sierra Leone? Then get ready to showcase your ideas. Write a handwritten essay of not more than 500 words on the topic gender-based violence in schools, causes, consequences, and solutions. And yes, the rewards are exciting. First prize, a brand new laptop plus a 50,000 New Leons scholarship grant. Second prize, 30,000 New Leons. And third prize, 20,000 New Leons. Remember, your essay must be handwritten, not typed. Upon submission, please include your full name, passport photograph, your age, town and district, school name, and of course, the name and phone number of your parent, guardian, or teacher. Submit your essay at any UBA branch, MBSSE regional office nationwide, or the ILRAJ office, or send us a scanned copy to cfc-leon@ubagroup.com. For more information, please call us on 078 200 200 or 099 22 11 22. Deadline for submission, April 30th, 2026. So, sharpen your pen, share your ideas, and be the voice for change. Visual impaired students are also encouraged to apply. The UBA Foundation National Essay Competition, unlocking young talent and shaping the leaders of tomorrow. Write it, submit it, win it.
Freetown City Council Public Notice Enforcement of Frontage Cleanliness. The Freetown City Council FCC has observed with serious concern that many owners and occupiers of buildings within the municipality of Freetown continue to neglect the cleaning and maintenance of their frontages, premises, and private drainage systems. In several instances where cleaning is attempted, waste is left piled near drainages, creating an unsightly, unhealthy, and environmentally hazardous condition. Part 3 of the Freetown City Council Solid Liquid Waste and Collection Bylaws 2024, Clause 8, Subsection 1A clearly states, an owner or occupier shall maintain and keep clean his frontage, premises, and private drainage systems. Clause 8, Subsection 2 further provides that an owner or occupier who contravenes sub-relegations 1 commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding 5,000 New Leons, or to imprisonment for not exceeding 6 months, or to both fine or imprisonment. The Freetown City Council hereby informs the public that full enforcement of the city bylaws has commenced. The FCC Metropolitan Police have been deployed across the municipality to monitor compliance, conduct routine patrols, and document violations. Any individual, business, or institution found contravening the above provisions will face immediate penalties, including fines not exceeding 5,000 New Leons, imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months, or both fine and imprisonment as provided by law. A clean city is not only a legal obligation, it is a shared responsibility. When residents fail to maintain their frontages or misuse public spaces, the entire city suffers the consequences. FCC therefore urges all residents, businesses, and institutions to cooperate fully and maintain their surroundings. A clean city begins with you. Maintain your frontage, dispose your waste properly, respect public spaces, and obey the law.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, with a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring this edition come to you this Tuesday morning. My name is Khadija Bangora.
And Amena Mabel Kaba. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 14th day of April 2026. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, if people can remember, inside May 2023, the president will launch the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP, the 2023 Manifesto for the elections, where they've been titled The People's Manifesto, the New Direction, Consolidating the Gains and Accelerating Transformation. When a day we get the big 5 game changer them, where the first one are feed salon, the human capital development, the third one are youth employment, the fourth one revamping the public service architecture through delivery efficiency and professionalism, and the fifth one na technology and infrastructure. Well, almost 3 years down the line of the 5 big game changer them, today we want for can talk about how far then game changer has to don't go for improve the lives of Sierra Leoneans them. We make that with a discuss na this edition of the Breakfast Show.
All right, President Bio, they do 3 years now, and by next year, I'm going to do in 4th and 5th. We will be in final term as president. Well, I find for una the people them, we normally can vote for una leaders them based on the social contract una can get, because any elections, all them potential leader they go around tell una about the campaign message. Inside the message there, they can make promises where most of them can tie on development. As a media house, as time they go, we self get responsibility for the remind una say now this them people have been promised una, and una self as well get responsibility for go back to the drawing board, go to the documents there, read them, understand, and try for tick some of the things them where they can promise una. Whether President Bio don't do some of in 3 years, some of the things they were in big 5 game changer the way he used for campaign for the second term. Now that's what they can discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today. And as well, you where they watch me this morning, you self will get the opportunity for send message, and you can as well tell we whether President Bio don't deliver on them big 5 game changer there. And just so you know, President Bio in second term tie on the big 5 game changer them. But one major one where he talk about now feed salon and creating about 500,000 jobs for young people them. This now be the top of a manifesto promises for in second term. 3 years down the line, or they can watch if you're able for feed salon, or if prospects there for let a feed salon before he left power, and the 500,000 jobs, how many jobs he don't create, how many young people them get employment now, especially young people who can just graduate from universities. We don't hear so many complaints about the lack of unemployment. We don't see the World Bank Economic Outlook report. We talk about low employment rates, and how we will tie all the reports here to the conversation this morning. And you where they watch, you want for send your thoughts, send them through the comment section, but kindly keep and respectful. And as we all know, we don't publish we community guidelines as to how now for engage in the comment section. Well, this morning we get 2 gentlemen them where we come talk about the facts based on the data where they out there on the big 5 game changer them. Usai then they now waiting President Bio any team don't do. As soon as all year President Bio na a public statement where he be make sometimes when they engage people in a state house. He say he don't do all in manifesto promises na Bonia just they give to the people of Sierra Leone. Well, if this not true, this morning we get Honorable Muniru Lansana, where they part of the Sierra Leone People's Party and communications team. And we reach out to the National Publicity Secretary, we send her for represent them party. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning, and good morning to the viewers out there.
All right. Now me left, I get Minkailu Payamba Koma, himself they part of the main opposition, All People's Congress, the communications team. Himself there this morning for represent the opposition. As we all know, now then two parties can go into the elections, and the manifesto they can title and based on the political parties, the ideology. So if we want to assess some of them promises there, we finally bring reps them from the political parties. We will start with you,
All right.
Honorable Muniru, because now I get on a document.
Indeed.
Now I've been put to the people of Sierra Leone, the big 5 game changers. I remember during the elections, and all they make so.
Yeah.
The big 5 game changer them, and the major one we sit at the top of them big 5 game changer there, and at the Feed Salon project.
Yeah.
3 years down the line, let us start for unpack them.
All right. Thank you very much. And thanks to the Sierra Leone People's Party for such a wonderful initiative, because for you to succeed as a government, one thing where you need for do, now for see how you put your stratas together, where you go direct your pathway. And where we come to the people in 2023, we bring come these 5 game changers where the first one will put na the top of the ladder, we say na for Feed Salon. And one thing where we try for do, we get the different thing that we'll put underneath, where we believe say na then thing and they will accomplish. Because for you Feed Salon, the first one where every legally minded person they look at, every technocrat they look at now you commitment in this particular promise, and waiting at this commitment, the resources where they allocate for make sure say it not only words but it's action. And before the 2023, the agriculture ministry they go with not up to 3% of the budget allocation. But once the president pronounced that particular promise, inside it make and say it go increase government budget allocation to agriculture to at least 10%. And as I speak at this moment, we are now at 7%. And thankfully we get 2 more years for CC we able meet to that percentage day. And this increase in percent where make we done the 7% don't get a lot of dividend where it don't cost for we, because before this particular promise come on board, waiting be happen will be they see the cost of rice they run very fast, like how we take power, which is visible now at 220 million. But as the Malthusian theory of population can always say, the moment you get an increase in population, outside the number they chase, the fewer commodities available, waiting they happen, the expectation in terms of food production they become a challenging matter. So waiting may they happen, the cost of rice may they increase seriously. We don't clock 1,050,000 just going to 2024 2025. But with this new agenda where government put, waiting happen with the increase in the budget allocation, we begin see that they begin dribble down, and this dribbling here make USA be 1,050,000 as I speak. At the moment, with a 1,670 million, where now the price of rice, and waiting affect then change there, because you see say there's an increase in the production of rice by 8%. And remember, we do a bit of economics, we say when variable factors are added onto a fixed factor, production will increase up to a certain point. And now waiting to happen, because the production don't increase, now we get a competitive aspect in the market. We don't drill down on the importation of rice, and because we get the local rice where they come in for cushion that gap between the number of rice coming in and that of the ones being produced locally, we able get a margin of 8% increase. We make the price automatically no bigger option, but for dribble down from the 1,050,000 to the 670 million where they at the moment. And as we speak now, we don't get a 35% decline in the price of rice where we all don't envisage. And the other thing where absolutely we try for go with now the fact that it is not only about rice. Now for CC we diversify the agricultural thing that we talk about. Now make proudly we can say now in Sierra Leone we don't get to that limit usai we be the get burden in terms of the oil, we be the Kamna Salon, but now we the supply oil to other countries. Because my brother and I go testify, say if you go to the Wellington Industrial Estate, also get the Jolax company, lot of oil where Salon no more safe, not go able to eat, and so what do they do with the ship them. And if you go na Samaland, you dey notice the production of we Masanke Pamine where they come out. Most of the one and they with the ship them because we want go to call a lot of foreign currency. We make, if you notice in our economy, we are able to stabilize the dollar at what? At 2,360 million for the past 2 years. Why? Because we get commodities and now we go out for make sure so we cushion this particular gap where go result as a decrease in dollar and an increase in the loans competition. And the other thing we don't do again, we don't move away from that rice production to egg production. Now make, if you don't need for go upline, go na Imane Safa in your local produce center na the west na ya, you dey see the number of eggs where they be produced on a daily basis. Because
it's government sponsored,
like what I say, when you talk about government, it's the team. Because if you're able to create the enabling environment, and if you look at Imane Safa Abdullah, now one of the people away, in fact, they opt for waiting for the flagship for the great Sierra Leone People's Party. And because of that, once a government makes a pronouncement, it become a commitment to all of us. So even me self when they talk, I go for plant me or rest, because at the end of the day, if I get me rest where I eat, I not go na market again for go buy the white rest. So I cushion and down. Now make, if you even watch na me bag workout, where if you want to go open and let them see, now yams steady. Why? Because I not just believe in eating rice, I believe in eating other agricultural products. Because that yams day, I believe say why eat in the morning, and they be stable, and they be unique, because it's not just about rice. So we able get again the egg production increase, we don't make the imported egg don't dribble down greatly. And when you move away from that, we come to the critical crops where you most of the time when you talk about Salon, especially when you go to the east, Kailaun, waiting they come to mind na cacao and coffee. And waiting we don't do, we don't increase in that yield day. Now the cacao they give you a lot of amount where they make things go. And for all them commodity they are, you will move faster. Waiting government, the government decide for dedicate more finance into waiting into the road sector, because we go to call feeder roads in agricultural productivity. When the farmer produce in goods, the thing where they disturb them for come to the market now the road network. Because if you not get better road, I remember when my mama be there alive, would they go buy banana, orange. It could be difficult so you don't bam na the village. You pick how you access the main road. But with this initiative, the government say, let we get them roads they are make. And as I speak now, we don't get plenty roads where we don't construct over 480 kilometers feeder roads them where they connect. In fact, critical bridges, for instance, if you go na the Matu Senon Bridge, we all know how many hours it they take for people and for just sit on a boat and cross. But now that bridge they don't day where within less than a minute you don't cross. You go na the Gendema Bridge, we all know how down they go. You go na the Manoa Bridge, we all know what's in the happen. You go na the Tomperi Bridge, we all know what's in the happen. All them things they are for connect the agricultural villages to waiting to the urban centers. Who side that farmer where they plant, they able get a better economy in exchange for in work.
Based on what you don't explain are the first aspects, are the big 5 game changers.
Yes, when are the feed salon.
When are the feed salon.
Yes.
From your explanation, are you saying boosting food self-sufficiency when are one of the things under that feed salon? The government stay on track
Indeed.
Achieving that?
Very, very well. We be on track, because now make I don't give you the parameters. Because one thing we make normally they in them podium there, I don't like for call the big money, because some man they say this money would you know more we need the same. Now make waiting I don't try for do this particular money now for explain the basic thing the way that layman way they bonkeleke they understand really waiting money remain. Because if I begin call dollars, it go be say but honorable if we all town I call dollar. Now make I talk about egg production, I talk about the palm oil, I talk about oil. Now then thing they are the local person why and
Honorable,
exactly.
Continue for the with me at the studio. We will come back to you. Let me just come over to the other studio guest. When I mean Kailu Kuruma from the All People's Congress APC party. We don't hear you waiting Honorable Muniru don't talk, but the first thing at the agenda of the 5 big game changers them we in a feed salon. According to Ram, I believe say all waiting a line so then they interact for achieve food self-sufficiency, then they interact for achieving that. From the All People's Congress, how you they see the first thing where you don't talk about feed salon, how you go describe feed salon almost 3 years down the line of President being second term in office?
Quick one before you come in, Kylo, just for fairness, with the time we're now going forward, 5 minutes each. So you
now, how many minutes have been given?
No, starting from now, 5 minutes.
I will
each.
use less than that.
No, well, you don't talk for 10 minutes. So
no, it's 8 minutes gone. Look at.
Thank you. So 8 minutes. Thank you very much. First of all, Honorable Muniru is a very honest politician. I like him business. I like for debate with him. You see, because most of the time, you know, can do propaganda. I mean, they say the fact as they are. So, I mean, I commend them for that day. You see, you won't limit me first to just one pillar. But I think, see, you all... Okay, fine, thank you. You see, this is the SLPP Manifesto 2023. This one. Now they run with 2023. This manifesto then titled and consolidating gains and accelerating transformation. They say People's Manifesto. In this manifesto, now they make all them promises then they. We then later, you know, take an excerpt from and make them 5 big game changers. When you take a look at the manifesto, the first pillars and then talk about all with the SLPP, then they do so. When you want for assess SLPP, one pound and talk about the social contract. This is not the social contract. This manifesto we then present to we the people of Sierra Leone. Now, out of their manifesto, they are we choose for decide which political party would they vote for. And so, when we want for assess them back now, the manifesto they take will look line after line and see what's in them promise if they're able to achieve all. No, they're not able to fit alone. In fact, for let them say that they fit alone, then they are the highest form of shinka, now false life. They're not able to fit alone at all. Because things they become very difficult now than they did before. I take my time for listening to my brother Muniru. If you talk about hunger, Sierra Leone are one of the hungriest countries in the world. Based on data that we are available, based on report that we people in the pool, one of the hungriest countries in the world. I mean, quite recently, we see report from World Bank, we see report from IMF, then tell you how many, about 82% of households then they starve. I mean, they not get sufficient food for it. So the report and clear, it is not what the APC is saying, it is what the people are saying. I take my time for this. Honorable Muniru said, by the time they take governance now this country in 2018, rest now being 220 per bag. I agree, yeah. Say yes, it's correct. He said, but by 2024, the bag of rice increased to about slightly above 1 million. Say 1,050,000. But they don't bring them down to 670. I agree. Rice now 670 per bag now. But how many people able afford that 670 per bag? How many people able afford them? We dey talk about now agriculture when are one of the pillars we will get for country, but if you dey talk about rice like waiting, my brother say you get for town to agriculture also. Waiting at the system of farming, we still dey in traditional system of farming. It tell you say now because of budgetary allocation increase in agriculture, and I make the rest price go down. But that's not sustainable because most people still able to afford a bag of rice. And considering the basic salary way then they pay most of the civil servants, if you buy one bag rice within the left for pay light. We now the last time I buy quite recently I buy 500,000 top up, 500 leons top up, then give me about 98 units, 500 leons top up. Then give me about 98 units. I buy now my office, then give me less than 90 because I think the business meter that they consume more than the domestic meters. So we need to know all of them in and day. Now, Honorable Muniru, I want to make you know say, then 10 and day we left rest at 220, not to rest no more left at 220. How much they sell pepper? 1 cup pepper in a market now 1,500. We now 1.5 leons. How much they sell pepper now? Now 10 leons. We try then have been 10,000 leons. How much then they sell a pint of oil? Me brother talk say now we produce oil with the export. But even as we produce oil with the export, that jelly can 5 gallon of oil we can buy for domestic use at about 750. If we dey produce oil and the export I agree, the price for don't come down. Really, enough for don't do that level again. How much will be left a pint of oil? Now about 450 leons, when I be 4,500 leons trade. Now a pint of oil is more than 10,000 leons in the market. So even the basic agricultural produce that they produce in this country, we get for do with banana, when I have the ground, we get for do plantain. Now if you want eat distance banana and 4 for 20,000 leons, we one banana say if you pass one compress. If we really focus on agriculture, we not even do mechanized farming. Now still subsistence farming they do. So if the government really serious about feeds alone, one part the things the way government for don't focus for negotiate. Now for law bring come factories them. When agricultural factories them where they able employ a lot of individuals where they work up country in agricultural farms, the industries. Not for the good negotiate for car with Naya project for law can bill an international congress center na Lunge. Not to follow attempt for can build skyscraper na tight you building na the car park one can go take contract for can build the skyscraper. Not what that we need right now. What you need now for embark on massive agricultural productivity. Now we transition from subsistence farming, when a basic traditional farming to mechanized or modernized farming. We go bring our industries, we go create employment because government they talk about employment we get for camper, youth unemployment, the productive class now the youth. Before we proceed later, I get for tell me the percentage of adolescents and the percentage of youth. And why government not for give lip service to youth and unemployment. We get a lot of youth the way they graduate from university. We say free quality education, where I believe is one of the pillars we get for talk about. But waiting at the returns. How many they graduate every year? Now we don't get a proliferation of tertiary institutions across the country. I'm glad for that day because you can now Kenema, who say me come out. You no need for say you dey worry for calm na free time for education. You can do you go na Eastern Technical University.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show. Apologies for the power cuts we'll get in our studio. We still get Minkailo Payambakoma and also Honorable Muniro Lansana, where they can look at 3 years on, where they assess President's bill in Big Five Game Changer Manifesto promised them. And we start with the feed salon. Yes, Minkailo, go ahead.
Yes, like I've been tapped now, who's how they talk about oil production. My brother say we dey produce oil now and we dey export to get enough and to spare. Yes, I agree say we dey produce oil, but the price of oil not affected by the production of oil we dey produce in this country. We at the time, the highest we ever buy oil na 4,500, yeah. In fact, at some point I've been 2,000, but the highest we ever buy them. Now we dey produce, but a pint of oil is more than 10 leons. We trading have been 10,000 leons. I be dey tell una say even banana. When a local produce them, banana, cassava, plantain, cocoa, yam, wait for cheap. Now, if you want eat yam, my brother be say get yam in bag. I bet say sometimes go down by 70 or 80,000. Because when we they travel up country, we go ask for small yam. The Sierra Leoneans when they listen to this program go agree with me. You go ask for yam, the list then go tell you they say 70, 80, 150. In fact, for able get 30 leons yam, that then go divide the yam, then cut and like them fast mountain there. They cut her into 4, then begin selling by partition. All of them thing and the government they give lip service. Government able fits alone. If government one fits alone, instead of them back on projects, them when a white elephant project the way go put money in a politician pocket. Sometimes we say we want build international conference center, na Lunge for example, waiting now they go bring. Now fat kickback, now politicians and pocket. But if you say they can't establish industry, yes, Sierra Leone is ready for business. We get the enabling environment, we get the agriculture, we get the soil, we get the climate for do then kind of agriculture business then they instead of what they propose for build skyscraper now you building for go get boku money, why we not go put on for agriculture? So they will be small they come up. We been get their idea then agricultural quarters and farm there up country, pipe borne water been there in Kenema, for example, Usami grew up. Where agriculturists then we then graduate from Jala University and elsewhere places, then they go there, then go work. Now then canteen the government for do. We want to see a circumstance in which the ordinary man not go buy rest, lost say 5 leons per cup. Let rest count to 1,000 leons, 1,200. Now that time they will go no say rest don't go down. Let oil count to 2,000 leons because 2 leons because they produce under this country. Pepper will be left at 1,500 now at 10,000. When at 10 leons, let it come back to 2,000. Now that time they will go no say they do well in agriculture. Now we try for transition from subsistence or traditional farming to modernized or mechanized farming. Now that time they will go no say they do well in agriculture. Mango, 1 grain mango, now 10 leons they sell out. In fact, I didn't have been 20, but now we mango don't book decent one at 10 leons. We want to see a circumstance so they only sell mango, but they produce mango juice and they make sure say affordable way everybody for able to buy mango. If you pass now the street of Freetown, mango not for the above 1 leon. So they pride ourselves in agricultural productivity.
But Menkailu, according to government, the agriculture sector, they do very well. And the Feed Salon program, they do amazing. We should say the performance contracts where the chief minister just published. Now the Ministry of Agriculture now can force with 100% pass mark.
Yeah, unfortunately, the performance contract, I don't even want to talk about that. The performance contract. Now, you understand, say, even after the publication of the results of the performance contract, the chief minister, he come under serious scrutiny within the SLPP itself. Me, I follow the media extensively. One person will caution the chief minister very seriously that the current minister of labor and employment, when a former minister of information and communication, Rado Soare, I mean, he cautioned them very seriously, say no, that report is not correct. He said, in fact, in a performance appraisal professional, he said that the night they do for a living, for appraise people on contract performance. He said, so waiting the chief minister do it for review, and because they didn't put last. So most of the things the way they do, then they politicize them. So we need to look into that very correctly. The agriculture ministry is very challenging. I mean, this is not a lip service. This is not politics. Khadija, not sit down for talk politics about agriculture. We want to talk politics so the wait for election. Yeah, we make propaganda. But this is the reality of life. Me and my family man, and they buy all the things and they, if I know the buy, I know they know the price. I know say pepper, even why be the counting this year, go applying. You know, why be the counting this year? Why reach the counter line? Pepper na 10 leons for cup when I been 10,000 today. Now I say, if they sell and of course 10 leons, why would I say for sell same like I say better I not go buy Freetown now than I can take pepper and they go and sneeze now the motor car, the glass then they up. I not ban
So the progress where government say they don't make pan the Feed Salon for you, you know they reflect.
No progress no day. The only thing we government don't succeed for do now for make sure say they bring down the price of rice from 1 million and above to 600 and slightly above. But all other commodities, when are locally produced agricultural commodities, they're still there at the price rate and they don't increase.
3 years, nothing not there will happen where you go say progressive under Feed Salon, Menkailu.
No, Khadija, I am being honest. This is not about Menkailu. This is about Sierra Leone. This is about the people listening. Let the ordinary man tell you, say, Khadija, now lime Menkailu the lion, now pepper, now 1,000 the ban for cup. Let them say, Khadija, waiting Menkailu sit down and they talk, not to go oil with the ban 2 leons, now markets. Let them tell you, say, a cup of rice, now 3 leons that they buy or 2 leons. Not about Menkailu. When I say, now, woman, they go to market, when they buy, when they cook. At the end of the day, when they in the position for determining if you waiting government, they talk not true. Even today, now with the cow, Sierra Leone winner, with the real cattle there. When you go to the north, in fact now not only the north, you go Kenya myself, you get already. Most places in the country, Freetown, you go there Waterloo area, they were already in there. How much they sell? £1 beef na market. So they not also even there. But people and they make sure that they all are under agriculture day. We need to know all that thing and they. Government say that they grow fish. I can see the president's old fish in Kidina farm, but almost in the sell fish. How you been there trading so you don't know. If you want to eat good fish, you get forget 100 and above 1,000 leons before you eat good fish. Now this country. So it is not about what Minkailu is saying. It is what is applicable on the market. Would they say on a daily basis, would they buy? Would they make sure say would they go markets, would they buy, would know the prices of them commodities there? It is not about me, it is about what is obtaining on the ground. So Fish Sierra Leone, like I start, is a lip service. I mean, they are doing disservice to the country, they are doing disservice to the people. Again, there's even funding gap. The money, government for admits to the fact, see, the proposals when they put in place, the money for law will even get a boost in the agriculture sector in all day. Government barely able to raise money for even pay salaries. Government the loan from banks, the private banks. There was a point where even IMF say no, we don't deplete with foreign reserve. Then for put a $70 million. There was a point where IMF say no, government will have the waste more money by international travels will have cut down by 50%. All of them things and they will for no. Climate change now another thing where they affect we. Instead of maintain the environment, we then back on massive, mining activities. We don't destroy some of the water them. Some of the water them, they would use them for agricultural productivity. Today, not only when they go apply, no, my brother we see the honorable money they go apply. Una can go apply by either workshop or seminar. Where you pass after Moyamba, you dey meet Jembe. Before you reach Jembe, you cross water. Down in a river, I don't know if na river Rokel or so. See how the water don't red now. The water don't even dry. Today will be in the past, will be in the camp of the water been black. The water be enough. And then they all them be the farm day. That water they now run through Tonkolili. Take and Tayama. All now where they go now in village today. Why be the cross from Kumbra by Ferry for crossover go Bonkolenke. That water now been big river. Now you don't dry since you can even work now and cross. All of that now because of mining activities. We need for no denting in it.
Let me come again to Honorable Munira. See we Minkailu the talk, you be the smile. Yeah. And according to the feed salon where you be don't explain. Now just a lip service, not a waiting on the talk sitting a paper, they happen. You agree with that?
Yeah, what to make up the smile. Like where Minkailu starts for say, the same money we talk on honesty. And me and him be the university 2007-8. In go for election in Francis Mark and the likes. And when we go university, enormous will be in a campus with the bias. They go testify by that, then just take over power. And when they left,
agree for the rest.
Nah, they try to talk. Nah, because what to make I say, when you come, follow you able to determine the market price, we get the factors where they affect the market price. Now, I make a mention of mechanized farming versus subsistence farming. And I not try for explain what's in the effect where they cause the subsistence farming for the lower. By the way, I check your time, you start 25 after you end 42. Right. Nice. So now make I say you end 42, so just minus the light of 1 minute. Anyways. So when you look at the factors where they affect the subsistence farming, before this time, me and Minkailu go testify, say, we hardly get people where they come to the city. Then people and they be engaged in local production. But with the advent of modernity, where the world done, technology don't improve, most of them movement they happen now from the villages to the cities. And past of late, where we try for see how we decentralize, because now from our close stadium, we the Bluffwood stadium, they now Nabo with the Bluffwood and Makeni, Bluffwood are in another country. So you see say other people they move now from the city for Gona village. We don't get this obstruction. We don't come in invention of technology. We don't count bikes, keke. Where then we youth them, we be engaging waiting in agriculture. Don't all dribble down into their engagement there. We make them very difficult because at the end of the day, when you talk about production, you got to look at the available manpower for really produce the quantity where you want.
So
yes,
because the young people and don't go into bike riding, keke riding, now that make the farming sector not the boom.
This is one of the factors, Karija. If you buy machine or you put them, as we all see the minister, they display plenty machines. If there are no operators for this machine, the machines by themselves could not generate agricultural yield. Now somebody go for operate the machine and when the machine and they till the land, we absolutely go forget a higher increase in production. But if at the end of the day, that young man we don't come on for Abu College, you don't go do mechanical engineering. Usa you dey see am per bike or waiting or keke, because at the end of the day it go begin consider say meaning they go work for like me brother say 1.2 when at the minimum wage now, because you look at and say where they a bike they make how many in a day, because at the end of the day look where me come on and normal for kaya no more a paper bike because I want to do am fast waiting at the try for build now. If we not get with people already engaged in waiting in subsistence farming, no matter the mechanized farming, we get difficulty, because for you able go into mechanized farming, you got to get the willing youth way for go operate the machine there for see. For instance, I make an example.
What the machines?
Yes, the machines are available
now. Are
yes,
they available?
They are available. If you
the last time we talked to people within the private sector, we decide for going to farming. Now, one of the complaints them this when them bring forward, they say even machines for make them farming work easy for them. Now pass the private sector and invest on that.
Well, if you watch now under back the problem there. Now make certain times yes we are government, but we go for do it we call checks and balances. When government call them machine there, because that title the depot they say na government property, waiting government can do. Government they move them to people away for manage them. Let's take for example the all people go understand the boss them. If you look at the boss, now government boss so waiting government do you move them to private people them for let them go get that management culture, because if that management culture not the waiting they happen, the habits of citizens they become different. So waiting they happen when them private body they are don't get them machine their way government they dedicate to them, then waiting they do they begin do like what you call the highest bidder. Where they I was in parliament we they getting complaining they multiple times where really not a challenge for we, because at the end of the day when government wants to handle it independently it becomes a trouble, because for instance Khadija wants to farm, it can't take government machine, the bush where they enter out a government even know it they go keep handing now like say in own, and so government they move them to private bodies them when them private bodies they are now then they begin make barricade, just like for instance let's see how boss who we expected for the lower, because it ain't a private individual at the hand they increase the price, but even the commercial motor car them where they run the city. So these are challenges.
You say the young people are always supposed for them at the farms them not the day anymore. They tend the way on a government they put together the feed salon initiative and also the 500,000 jobs for youth. Now the young people there on be able to say for go na the farms them, operate their machines there and boost farming.
Khadija, of course, like I build the premise. You know go get machine without operators. Even the most advanced machine where they go take banga from where you get the chuk panel, begin move them. If you don't get human activity in engaging those machines, it's not possible. For instance, I can go na bravely coming, for instance. You need humans, at least when the rubber don't pass, stay it become water. Now motamango for take that crate, for put them, for let move go na the store. So you always need manpower for complete the mechanized energy. So this willing manpower when are the youth them, how are we seeing them in this work? That is the difficulty, because at the end of the day, like what they say, it's about expectation, it's about earning.
But honorable, most parts in this country where the machine are the way young people not there for operating, because everywhere you go there are young people with different jobs.
There are young people finding jobs,
but the machine
let me tell you where the problem is.
Available
what
for
type
work.
of jobs are they finding? You know, what day university I was working with Celtel. Where I left Celtel 2012 when I become a full politician, I find it easy to go to the classroom because I study linguistics. It was a willingness. How many young men they grab for even go to the classroom and they take and say the money too small? By then I was paid 680 loans under the APC system. That was what I was going by. I create me syndicates where today don't become a school, because you got to get the willingness. Then young man they are like one say, if you take bike there now, just 1 minute you break, you see past 10-15 bikes they check. If then 10-15 young man and they go take machine, like me I not kill for give example way hidden. Let we go na Tayama where they on the way. You see machine the back, workers are not there. Me and my party go for go do agriculture Ramadan na Tayama. We don't have operators. The person who get the machine go don't say the machine do, but that boy will be the work the operator for me. It don't go back. So So these are the difficulty. Would they take Bobo and I will go there, but you tell the member they don't come back.
Now the problem we make, then they go there, but then they left for go find something else for do. Because if it's profitable, there is no way anybody will want for earn something.
The first
you
thing,
they do work, you they earn there, you left and for go find something. Now because you they seek for something better.
Yeah. In every society, you see people and they work now government parastatals, they still fight for go America. It tells you everybody needs growth, but you got to forget the willing customer. We're ready for take them at a stage to another stage. Like what I give example of myself. If you go to China, for instance, when Xi Jinping becomes a president, he make a parameter say from this year to 2030. These are the people I want to move from this level to the other level. But that tells you there were already willing people waiting at that level there. In Sierra Leone, we don't get what we call difficulty in mentality. We don't expose to Nigeria films. Who's I person they left in village, a old one bag, a kind of city in the next minute you see I go back in a village with motorcar. We feel or think it's possible for it to happen. So waiting to happen. That young man they say they can't keep in a village where opportunities are in the city. He runs down to the city. So these are the challenges. So sometimes it's not just putting the parameters like what government they always do, like what make them. We don't give allocation of budget from 3% to 7%. We don't get the bridges connecting the villages. We don't get feeder roads, make it. All that government they do them. But at the end of the day, you got to get them willing work at them. We're really prepared. So that boils around again to more assignments in government. Like me, I can always tell them, for let we succeed more in agriculture. Let's say, for instance, we get a Tomabom now. Let's go and create what we call agricultural villages. In these agricultural villages, Ministry of Health go build hospitals. Ministry of Energy go provide solar lights for them. Ministry of Water Resources go provide water. Ministry of Education provide school. Then automatically everything they happen. That person where they run cinema, they go fix in cinema day. Then you be able to see the youth, then they gladly for go sit down there at the end of the day. But if that facility they are not, it becomes challenging.
Before come back to me, Kyle, let me ask you this. What to make the bio-led administration they do so much for let the Feed Salon initiative succeed? I said and they do so much because we see His Excellency threw a challenge to all officials in government for going into farming. Even himself go into farming.
Indeed.
Even himself they produce eggs now. But most of them when they produce and then farm them, it's very much expensive that not even the ordinary Sierra Leonean can afford for buy one boiled egg right now.
Well, if you look at them, it all boils around the attitude. And for tell you say really what the president pronounced they happen. Look at Oba. You see video in their celebration they harvested what? Their fish. Why? It tells you people are engaged in that type of farming. And all these they boil around willingness. Because yes, the pronouncement is there, but when it comes to the cost they be determined by the market behavior. And waiting at this market behavior, like what I say, Kalija, if we all forward in at this studio, go plant pepper. Would I go buy it in company? Nobody will only get pepper. So even if Minkailu can out you excess pepper, can increase the price, nobody's going to care about it. So what is he going to do? He's going to drop down the price. But because the one they were willing for go engage in this farming, president don't do the desire for make waiting, the call. Funds are available, which we call food for work. They are available. But where are these willing customers? The one that we don't go in like way the last day I be the interview that young lady, you see the yield way they do. Yes, always there are bound to be challenges, outlining challenges, but it tell we the suspects them way they go through within that sector. Now if you see Garo be the call Gary, in fact they get a packet one away milk all thing inside. The moment you turn on a cup and a finished product. These are what we are expecting. It's not going to be a day business. But one thing I know with the calls of the president, with the budget allocation, with the cash availability, with the enabling environment, all these things are bound to happen. That thought for say we go get a decrease in price, that is it works against the Maltose anterior population, because once the population increases in size and the number that chases the goods is more than the goods available, there's absolutely going to be a clash for those goods. And when there's a clash, the price of those goods are going to increase. That is just the mathematical formula said by economists.
All right, continue for the with Honorable Muniru. Well, we'll still get this conversation going on. And at some point around 9:30, we go open the phone lines. Let una save the people them way they part of this feed salon, because now na President Bio being promised during the time where they campaign to una for elect and back for second time. Now I promise them big 5 game changer there. So if we analyze them, it go finally on ourselves add on voice them to the conversation this morning. But kindly where you they call, stay to the topic. Keep you comment very respectful, not abuse anybody, speak on the issues, and each caller will get 1 minute each. As soon as you call, just make your contribution and left the line so you go allow somebody else for calling. When they come now to you, Minkailo, we don't talk about the feed salon. Let we come back to the second very important one where His Excellency been talk about under this big 5 game changer, creating 500,000 jobs for youth. For he say one for reduce the youth unemployment.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very much interested in young people, but before then, there are certain things with me brother talk where I agree with. Some then they will disagree with. It's a factors affecting agricultural productivity. It's a one on migration from rural to urban areas and emerging activities where youth then engaging. I agree with that 100%. Now, where we been small, then born we doing the war. A lot of people that will migrate from rural areas can urban and never return. When you go to villages, rural areas, the place they're empty. We get vast agricultural lands and some of we get gardens where they don't ever abandon. Then garden and they then get mango, then get guava, orange, where people know they even have themselves. So then they grow and spoil. You see, a lot of the population then are urban areas. Then they are done in a honest point to make. I agree with them. Then the activities the Marco young people are engaging. Now waiting government for do now for try for combat than they. Okada riding, somebody take bike ride for the rest of the day get 500 leons when a 500,000 tradi. So if you tell them for go see the plans if you know the go. But there is a way around that. Government for create the enabling environment. You talk about agricultural villages, towns, where I also agree with. If the government creates the opportunity, then they. You get recreational areas upline. You know, see you did everything we need, you get time. You get electricity, you want watch game self, you watch Champions League Premier, you watch. Young people and they willingly go there for go sit down there. We need for know this clearly. Then they go there. But if we not do that, they we say we they embark on project that we know they bring up better returns to the country, no problem. So I think say that 2 point and the way Honorable Muniru put forward, I agree with her. We as a country need for begin to think about that. Be you APC or SLPP. I mean, some of the things and the way they decongest the city, it creates employment and with the help yourself as people of this country. Would they run go China any afternoon run go China? Now because they're hardworking. They embark on a lot of things, technology, farming, but good things they know one by the wrong go China. Not to say China and robots then they now individuals then they now people then they what they sweat on a daily basis for work for improve their country and for make sure say the living standard improve. Now make all the wrong go there also. So I think so if we embark on doing some of those things, we go get them right. You know, agriculture now still the largest employment sector now the country. But always this they happen still. We check the largest employment sector in agriculture now because aside young people, like even women there, we sister they will until they will granny them, then get a small farming. Then they grow them cucumber, then tomato, then they sell. Then they grow them plazas, then they sell. We will travel upline, we they see motocar, then a plazas no more than they load. Either cassava leaf, cream, potato, then they walk. Get the money. Some of them, now they use for send them picking and take go university self. So it's a lucrative area if government put effort there. We need to know that clearly. And now to your question, Khadija, employment for young people, I mean, it's still very challenging. The number of jobs where this government be saying they create, they're still not able to create, even half of them. They're not creating. Let me tell you, the largest sector where they employ, now the informal sector. The informal sector. Most of you young sisters then, we graduate from college, if you not get a job, if they go find business money, you go sit down at a bachelor, if they doing business. If they go China, in fact, they start for go Guinea first, they come, begin go China, Dubai, the other places, then get them business. So the informal sector, now really don't employ most people, but not to government creator. Government go argue say now they create the enabling environment because the country is safe, that they get the opportunity for go in and out and do business freely. Then go argue say now they create the enabling environment. But what we want for see for let we combat the employment rates now the country, now for let government create more jobs. Government get the influence for negotiate with investors for Canada the country embark on a lot of factories where they produce bokuti we go employ young people and employ graduates them. We want to see that day. What to see government do when in 2023? My good friend and brother Oman, who was a friend at Frabe College, he embarked on building car wash centers around the country. Where they also pull some young people in the streets, because at least we was one motorcar if they get 50 loans. Some then are 70, 100. It depends how the motorcar big or how dirty. That itself, not a bad thing government been do, but at least we need some kind of prestigious jobs for young people when they graduate from college. Prestigious job in the sense not to forgo as motorcar or Okada. Let them create opportunities for what we get. President, in the last statement we make, I think both school. In last statement we make, he said they say me the worker, but for worker for nothing, better pass it on for nothing. They say they travel, they go advocate for one of the young people, they want to get opportunity. For, yeah, he said they go manjalaji. I listen to that particular statement today. I mean, all of them in a day is not bad, but at least we don't want to see opportunity, we don't want to see circumstances of productive class they left this country. Not to forgo manjalaji for let them get opportunity for going to other countries go they do. Manjalaji for let we create opportunities in country. Because who say the productive class, they will see. Because of unemployment, a lot of young people like we miss a bit and die per temple run. Some man they take the risks for go past na desert. Some man they go cross some kind of sea just for land na Europe, just for land na America, just for land na some countries na Asia. Now they then the transition. Now no boku of me company who graduate from university, they started na Ukraine first and go. Now from Ukraine out then come out and go UK, some go America. We see all the risks then they won't they take. Maybe what I say, I mean, people and they in a government job where they even willing for left and for go sit down in America for better opportunities. Yes, we don't see them circumstances and they. I know people that don't resign from the banks, even the private sector, for go relocate in America. But to get countries them back in Africa where even then them citizens they know they apply much for visa, like them Botswana, them Mauritius. We get them in Africa, then they most of the citizens now then they apply the list for visa because they know they even travel much. All what they want to do in the country, they know they go in search of greener pasture. They don't make them countries a very enviable, the economy steady, agriculture okay. So employment day for the young people there. Now then kind of circumstances that we want for seeing in this country. This is not about politics. It's about improving the lives of young people. The employment situation at the country are abysmal, Khadija. Now the percentage of adolescent, say adolescent now 10 to 19. You want the number when at 10 to 19 years of age. Then population at this country now 24.3%. Now then we get now this country when are young people there. You count to the one that when are youth, when are 15 to 35 years of age, then population at 39.4%. So we take adolescents and you take the youth, you put them together, not a small population and the country. So I think if we not build that particular sector, that particular age bracket, we not give them the opportunity for get decent job and a decent living, would head for doom in this country. Because time go reach, we go get aged population. Because most young people then go migrate to other countries. How no more than they migrate from rural to urban areas in search of greener pasture? Waiting they take today. Most people are still less alone now because of the visa restrictions. If most countries have been offer visa to people, let most don't go. A lot of young people, the way we all been graduated from college, apply, go study overseas. Some of them knock again. Then decide for day now, get work day, and the job day.
Michael, there is a growing concern about young people currently in the country. We don't go into substance abuse, and normally they can say they young people are in the future for tomorrow. So if they want they are in the future, you look now how their life then they be wasted from this substance abuse. What in the future hold for the young people of this country?
Yes, a good number of young people and they do substance abuse, but you also get a good number of them we're still very guided. When you go to the universities, you go to training centers, you go to tertiary institutions, then they. Some of them, they can be misguided. Now they go learn bad habits. But the truth of the matter is, we as a country still get a lot for do. It is not about young people taking the substance. How young people then they get access to the substance? Now first will be the question. If you want for combat, the situation of young people not taking the substance, now for break the chain. First of all, we get a lot of laws now in this country. We are anti-drug laws then. We get the security sector. We get, today the president don't put a task force in place for ensure say they monitor and combat the circulation of kush. We don't see circumstances, but it's they become rampant every day as if saying a lip service government they get to her. They become rampant. Now waiting on common self, they pass here, you say they don't kidnap so person. Why they kidnap, they say they part drug business. It don't become very rampant. And government don't look, they put the foot down from today. Where this thing they happen. We go to the extent president declare a state of public health emergency on kush. 30 days will not see improvement. 30 days. Still, by always boku young people like we me sabi, we don't die of kush. Some people then they see them company, they take this substance, they become very deplorable. Then they live under bridges, live in slum areas. You go na Krube, you go under Congo Cross Bridge, you go back of stadium. We they see them on a daily basis. It happen. Some of them they don't take them to rehab centers, but it look like the government not they even do anything. We are say rehab centers that we don't do. We are say there was a period in this country, young people that even they died and they abandoned in our streets. We council be together. There was a point where the mayor say together above 200. We been get problem with the Ministry of Local Government and the Ministry of Health. You see, we don't see them be need for subject them to test, let them know what to even kill them. But then they decay now the streets and they cause some other problem for the country. So all of them, we see now McKinney, we see elsewhere places. It don't become rampant. So recently they say the old one container full of tramadol. I see the news. I watch on the news. I see on social media. But they tell you, me don't work into pharmacies now this country now some regional headquarters now. And they go I get serious and they go buy headache medicine. Where I go now tramadol and me then they sell the young people that they make line. The young people they have the money for they pull for buy tramadol now. Full money there. Money when like they straight are like we don't get that. Put them together for buy tramadol. These are people that they around 13, 14, 15, 16 years of age, as the case may be. I saw it in McKinney, I saw it in Kenema. So what thing government they do for even combat that thing and is the question. Government need for get people where they serve as people that we know wear uniform when I CID, try to be get them kind of people and they where they monitor them pharmacies and the way they go wear plain clothes and try for unravel the circulation, the people that were involved and combat. If it discontinue, there will come a time where we destroy the productive class. A large of them they go. Most of them.
So Kailu, 3 years down the line, now President Bio in final term na office. The issue of employment, was it a realistic projection of giving jobs to 500,000 people? Was it a realistic projection or you see and say being too ambitious?
No, it be ambitious, ever realistic. Not in a politics. Today way government come, they say 2018, they say new direction. And they also talk, say, one thing we then do for win a lot of the adolescent and young people them age 10 to 19 because we don't cross 17. So they will be this 16 self now. They be qualified for vote. One of the things we then do, they say that they pull SS4. But people we mean now this AI, me they do most of my activities. You go FSSG, you go convent, you go girls school, they're all the glad, we'll not get forget SS4 again. They voted the SLPP, some of them. Where government say, they do free quality education. But who parents them? Pobatringa interview President Bio, we go England. At one point, I follow the interview, I listen, I be then on social media. He say, then they give, then they for supply uniform, then they supply shoes, then they supply books, textbook, exercise books. He call the package, then they supply. SLPP use propaganda for that thing. We boku parents fall for her. Say, hey, we're not going for pay fees again. No, we're not going to buy uniform. We're not going to buy books. We're not going to buy. But at the end of the day, it is not the case. When they came, they only give tuition. And even that tuition, they get issues with schools, then forgive school subsidies. And when we parents that they send we picking in our school, now they buy exercise books. In fact, the school, they sell books compulsory. Where they go to Peking for interview at GSS, for transition from primary to junior secondary school, then they give a package. We get badge, you get tie, you get felt, if not girl picking. They get all things the way the school they produce, and then they produce them. And some of them things they end up even low quality. Than when you go buy the material is one for a picking, and they're very low quality. Then they allow parents and they compel parents for pay them 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 as the case may be. What used to be 10 million. So then Shinka with the parents them. In fact, when APC been there, trade we the paper 75 because now 25 loans per fee times 3 na 75, so then 50 loans times 3 na 150. Now be small money that day. And then not be the life per parent they say will they give you books, will they give the supply. In fact, we been the university. We be there at the honor school. We the one that we not been get scholarship. Now 700 loans that they pay. 700. This was in 2010 academic year before I exited. You understand? 700 loans then they pay. Now university student they pay pass which we call 10, 15 as the case may be million.
All right.
We're not 1,000 now. We need to know that the student that we been there at the sciences. Now Frabe College, Jala University, College of Medicine and elsewhere places, we be the engineering, we be the chemistry, agriculture, geography, they not be the pay university fee. It was free education for female in the sciences. We do that there as APC. The school feeding program now commence under Dr. Minka Iluba. So we did a lot. When they came, they copied from us. And then now say that they can do free quality education.
Government and continuity. Then just
I am not denying. Yes, they copied from us. It is not bad to copy. It is not bad to borrow. Most of the good things the way President Kababi do, way President Kromaka, he continue with them. You understand? Now, so if be government a continuation, a continuity. But waiting bad na that, then Shinka with the people there. If you tell me saying a free quality education, Khadija, you call school buses. I don't have hope saying I not get for the pay transport for me picking and money. I just they go left on a bus station. Outside bus they take and can go to school way off. I show the position where the team up way bus they take and left on an injunction. You give me the hope say I not get for buy uniform. You give me the hope say I not get for buy bag, for buy shoes for me picking. But at the end of the day, I buy all of that.
Are these school buses not available for the kids?
Are they available for the kids? Are you seeing most of them? Most of them don't broke down. Even the TSF with them been there.
Them broke down no means say they not bring them.
No, well, Kadida, Danny, Nina, the highest form of Shinka. Because some parents send them picking in a school, when they not be ever able to afford the money for sending, you they see the intake now schools don't improve. You understand? It don't improve. You go to all parts of the country, people then decide for send them picking in a school with the hope that government they do everything. That they supply them books, uniform, shoes, bag. They even they cook for them at school set for eat. So why have I turned me picking to breadwinner? Why not for can't go to school? So when they picking they have commence education now. And then people that realize they always think government be promised they not one the burden and they can't shoulder. It's shameful now for go pull you picking back na school because what them be promise you not being you not get them from government. They left them for let them continue. Instead now then took the burden for work on a daily basis. You see come brother 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, they don't grab good off court for go get markets for cancel. You see some of them they travel. Well, most of the crashes then they happen, road accident. But man, the way they die. But
government say pay them fees there.
Khadija, I not deny say government not they pay the fees, but waiting and the charge we in our schools then for pay pass the fees.
Well, that's
we need for that. But our government for regulator.
Then therefore be the blame to the school administrator because government they pay the fees. Where they been promised they pay for each kid. So if the school administrator then they ask for extra charges, now the parents then for only accountable, not the government.
No, not only the school administration responsibility. That is why we have school inspectors. That is more so the reason why when we say government, we are not only directing those, attacks, those accusations to the presidency. We need to know that the president cannot be everywhere always. Now make the president they appoint ministers of education. We get minister of primary and secondary, junior secondary or what education. You get a minister with in charge of tertiary education. This minister now get the responsibility for recruit directors of schools and monitors of schools. They get the responsibility for monitor waiting they happen at their schools there and waiting parents and
so they go through. This
is not an attack. No.
They do their job.
I am not saying they are not doing their job. I am saying they are not effective and efficient. I am saying comparing this government to what the APC did under Minka Iluba, although they attacked me, Uncle say they run after a ghost teacher them, but we did extremely well. We are ensuring that directorates then they work peacefully. We'll be ensured that to empower them for do their work. we they make sure say also say school feeding at deprived schools, then they get the food.
Right.
We they make sure say say if you they pay government they pay 70%, now be they pay. So if you even they pay about 10 million, now university government they pay for you 7 million and only 3 million. We know what they feel for pay that money. We also they pay for public examination. We paid. Now how many beginners not sit to us? How many? You have hosted a couple of individuals here where they follow on a program from the education ministry, from parliament, where they discuss about how many beginners then deploy for take the WAS examination. How many? During APC term, you don't be there either day. Because also they pay for everybody with the SSS for seat to us, so they pay for them. Also, they pay for everybody for seat Becker, they pay. So not they do lip service to that. Now, the one that say for young people, the way they na Becker and WAS class where they listen, no say waiting in Kailo, they talk not true. My brother Muniru, you are not paying for most of the kids sitting Becker and WAS. We need to know that clearly. So, Khadija, governments know they do well now this particular sector.
Okay.
Now the question is about youth employment.
Yes.
The largest number of youth in this country not get employment. Most of them then they now ghettos on a daily basis. Then they bribe body not too much. You motorcar they was and pass 10 them. And it's a packer. Then they was and say the color of the faith. We not to you the send out. You park, you enter in a restaurant where you come out, you meet the door was you motorcar. You park, you enter in a shop where you come out, you meet the door was you motorcar. You park, you enter in an office where you come out, you meet the door was you motorcar. When not to you, they instruct them for WhatsApp. Every day, would they say, and when you say, come out, sorry, you pass, you there for 20
minutes,
30, 40 loans.
All right.
Yeah.
No, just only the first and come back to
yes, because I really want to take 20 minutes at the check-in time.
Oh, don't come to
yes.
Second.
Yes, youth employment.
Yes.
Like what I say,
500,000 jobs. Now, President
Chino Achebe in things all about
3 years down the line, and 500,000 jobs available, or it don't reach middle.
We are still on the pipeline. It's a 5-year promise. We've not hit the 500,000 job, but I could tell you here with authority say we don't get a very high number heading towards that. And like what I say, my brother they justify what you don't have today in a fact. Because waiting the people want listen to a fact. Chino Achebe in Things Fall Apart says, does the white man understands our culture about land? So today, APC, I want to understand the culture about SLPP. Why I put me parameters of waiting we need for succeeding agriculture. My brother confirms say yes, it's not just about government effort, it's about the people. So now let's come to employment, like you don't rightly say. We promise the people job creation, and on that day we get with stratas the whole put. Usai, we talked about providing targeted incentive. We setting aside a special fund. We adapt a government policy to encourage. And when we brother they submit, it tell we say yes. Government na the highest employer. However, government they try for create the enabling environment for more private sectors for coming, so that then go get the investment then done, and through that then go employ plenty people. As I speak today, you go to Songo Junction, we get a 50 industrial factory where they go on now. Like how where we do small, my brother know where you go Wellington, where they call it industrial estate, because now there you get the different factory them. And now that same thing they would all move now towards my Shakawi na Songo, Usai now, you go proudly say Sierra Leone they produce iron rod on the own. A good day for go watch KK.
Now the young people and they work na the industrial
all panel go work with iron rod day, because when the machine don't drop and for draw down they go outside the pack.
Now part of the 500,000 jobs where His Excellency
yes,
promised.
my lady, we are creating the enabling environment for more private sector to come into the country.
Is it government owned or private sector?
It's a private owned. Like I said, now make I read the parameters they will lay. Government say they provide the enabling environment. Look at youth empowerment scheme providing 500 jobs. Like what I always say, when we can't then podium there, what did we promise? How are they written in black and white? And how do you communicate these promises into action? And so I'm gonna KK company where they make the finest drinks there now. If you go, you see them small rubber drinks them. I'm gonna King's Beverage within at this grafting road where they provide Bravely. In fact, it go interesting for no say we commission Bravely within COVID. When I be the most difficult time, and worst of it, when we commissioned Bravely, we had a fight with King's Production, because according to them, King's Beverage and King's Production are sharing similar name. Some of we get some legal knowledge. We say no. We get family water, we get family fresh. So we able to win the argument today. We make they exist.
So honorable, their example there we just don't give say young people are now engaged in some of their industrial jobs there. So if I ask you for put into percentage, how many percent you go say His Excellency don't do in 3 years for give work to them 500,000 young people that were even promised?
We did over 60% now, and I make I want
how you measure.
Yes, now I make I give
because
the breakdown.
If you say you did over 60%, that's a progress.
Yes, for that
so
measure.
How you measure this 60%?
Now the measure this I don't bring one. I don't tell you see how we get well into what they call industrial estate. We don't create usai for Songo. We don't build what we call another industrial estate because now 50 factories in one location where now the initiative than that. And I dey try for call you companies now for tell you say all them companies there now people in the work now them company there. I call for you KK company where they do them drinks them. I call for you King's Beverage. I dey move now to my 91 timber factory where me brother know where we get Myro where they do all the plywoods them. In fact, now they will buy now for sale. And if you dribble and down, you can't watch alone. We get Emperor, where Emperor then do the way when they buy from Turkey, from China. We do them now in Waterloo here under Emperor. When are the Waterloo Sierra Leone Limited company. We do them there. And when you dribble down from them factory, then they come to the one way the general people they understand. When you look at job creation, you got to know how does this job creation take effect. We talk about agriculture. We not get willing people hate more for go, but that does not tell you we've not get some already into that.
So the agriculture,
no, wait I mean now
part get youth them for dinner other sectors.
Yes, because now for instance, if somebody then drinks production, he know say we off for the day, he must get 2-3 rubber way they refresh himself with. Where you know say agriculture now, you farm first, it take years before you yield. Let we go now Kenema, also we get these drinks where them they sell. Where they get this pineapple flavor, mango flavor, then plant Sarah juice, then plant pineapple farm. But who youths then you know why?
So if because they're not there for do this farming, which means the project owner call youth in agriculture,
no, I don't tell you say they're not there. Like what I tell you,
but you say most of the young people don't move from the villages, don't come for look for more lucrative jobs
when we do analysis,
and most of them don't go into bike riding and keke riding.
Yes, when we do analysis, so they look at percentage, just like we ask how many percent government don't achieve. And I give the parameters. What can we do to attract them more into this sector? And I give you say for instance, where you talk about Sarah juice, because Sarah juice they plant pineapple, where that bobo no say before he cut 20 pineapple for put into the motorcar, don't knock one na corner. That they encourage them for them into that family because they see the yield and in the benefits beside in salary. And now that dribble and down like what I say to waiting really people they understand. For make sure say the job creation not only become a lip service but active. What we do, we revamp the sporting sector. And inside the sporting sector, we bring in what we call the Premier League, where most of the young man come. This Premier League gets 18 teams. This 18 team, every team na 21 player, 22 players na then did it, because you get both the sub and the active player. Anybody where get injury, then get the they put you not get injury, retire. So when you look at this percentage, if you multiply them 18 by then 21 players there, you get 378. And now when you take every team, get what we call the coach, the team manager, this way you put them together, let's say 10 per team times the 18 team, they give 180 officials. And when you dribble and down, every team gets a boss. Inside that boss, they will get the bus driver, will get the conductor. That don't tell you say that 18 times 2 of them people, and the way they give 36. When you dribble and down, every team gets what we call fan base. Then they pay them because any side and get game, they go for follow them, for go cheers them up and do other thing. Let we say every team get 20. When at the minimal number, when you times 20 by 18, it give 360. When you put down the together number, then figure on the door I don't call, it give 946 at that sector. Now let finish this particular math. When you dribble and down from then sector, then they Every side where the game they play, let's say the game they play now Zoom Stars field. If you go to that field, you get popcorn seller. That person is engaged in our own corner. You get cool water seller, you get drink seller, you get fish in batter seller, you get ice cream seller. All them people here, now job you provide for them at the different stratas within them. So when you
make local football lucrative,
very lucrative. In fact,
where young people and want for going to.
In fact, then they don't make we world ranking in sports don't dribble down. When you look at the latest ranking, they tell you say Sierra Leone is going down in term. You know, say in sports where you go down, meaning you don't advance. So that is what is happening, and how we've also dedicated a lot of fund into it for make sure say our players are multi. Look that Bobo way they meant for it. Now he's a proud owner of a house. That is what we want to see. So when you look at the job creation, like what I don't tell you, beside the government one now, as I speak, if I open my phone now, government try for advertise a job for nurses. Because people they interfere, like what you be they ask me, Kailu, government they pay, but yet the principals are having problems. So what think government do? They say, advertise the job online so that nobody have access to an individual. People they don't apply, they don't shortlist, now they prepare for interview because government will add another 3,000 teachers into waiting the health sector. When you come into the forces, then I had the other day, they listen to one elder APC who on a host now, where they talk about that chief where recommend person for joint soldier. That tells you employment is going on because the fact that recruitment are on, it tells you employment is going on. So this is how the numbers are moving.
Where you been say out of the 500,000, 3 years down the line, you believe say una do achieve 60%.
Over 60%, yes.
Over 60%. That means say you technically they say over 300,000 young people
don't get sustainable jobs. Yes.
Inside these 3 years of the final term of President Bill.
Yes.
You talk about sustainability. How sustainable then job is? Because the first thing where people always they ask when I say I don't give job to people. Now outside the people and the job they wanna give them.
Yes, now make if I start my conversation, I called names of companies. Like when my brother say we not come for campaign it because what I'll be doing in my next inning, what will the campaign for the next flag carrier for SLPP, I go into every one of these companies, not to just like why I go for visit them and get the employment scale because we can do what we call oversight. One check you.
But you're also aware, so them private company, I wanna they take glory for the job where they give to the young people here. Then daily they complain about taxes on their business. You're aware of that?
But it tells you they are still operating. So if they are not making profit, they will not operate. That's the minimal line. And me and you know, say for the government run the daily activity now on tax. You go to England has nothing to boast of without taxation. That is what they live on. Why go the hotel where they are enormous, they cut just every room where be the day now. Then they what they call peak period and off peak period. Peak period per night, and they pay over 230 pounds, and over 45 pounds is going for taxation. That is how they live. That is what makes them. If you look at the tourism sector, now go to Kenema, let's see one of the best hotels we don't come. Go to Makeni, Usa will call waiting expatriate in. That don't tell you see all the sector then they have people and they don't employ. And this is because government is creating the enabling environment. And like when me brother be they try for say the thing where they destroy with you today, it talk about Ingona pharmacy, they meet young man and they in a queue, they buy drugs. I felt it because I believe say me and my brother we go university, they don't do the Criminal Procedure Act section 13 give a private individual for waiting for arrest without even a warrant, and the factors the way they outline inside section 13 of the Criminal Procedure Act, it tell you say if you get that conviction, say the thing where this person they do, it gets replica for being an offense. You get power for arrest them and hand over to it into law officers. But here is a statesman who represents his party, meeting people in queue, buying drugs, where he believes say there are acts in this country where we don't enact. We get the National Drug and Law Enforcement Agency, where the act where the government day. This me brother, he go see that kind of queue right in a place. He not even call police. Neither he take an act, but either arresting the seller Because what we don't do, we don't try for decriminalize the one the way they buy. Now we create holding centers for them so that we get them recovered, we get them revived and repatriate them into society. But my brother for don't do a better citizenship by arresting those who are selling these drugs to these young people so that they could be brought to book. But he failed to do it. Anyway, that's an assignment for another day. I'm still trying to put together the 500,000 jobs where we don't go it.
Honorable, what you go say to young people where they look you this morning, we get this belief say job not there for them at all?
Very good. The thing what I say to the young people, let not wait for contact me, my number available, because the availability then as long as they are ready to engage into agricultural farming, as long as they are ready to engage. So
let them contact you if they need jobs.
Yes, as long as they are willing to leave the city to go to the provinces, I can assure them that. That I can give you here with authority because I know those who to call and I have been doing it for people and I can continue to do it.
Which type of job?
Like what I say, the agriculture job, the factories job within the provinces, them, they have them. They can work in there. Because like what I talk about KK, I talk about King's Beverage. If you ask the HR then they tell you how on a daily basis are they subject them to waiting to accesses. Because when somebody go left, we always get game for into this. Go to client tire, we'll get what you call a vac factory. Ask Jeff, where did he? They tell you say every week because when they employ them for the interim in terms of contractual basis. What do they do? When they first go, they work. After that contract, we send in new batch for another contract. That is what we do on a daily basis. The only thing you can forget the willingness. Like what they say, it's about somebody who is willing to work. Because not to just you where one begin go get office job. I don't have office job. Let me make it clear. I don't have an office job. The job that I have is for people who are willing to go to the province and get themselves engaged.
For them one day we want office job, we're not able to forget. Pass on always they say let them go into agriculture, let them go into farming. Waiting at this problem, now this black tie job we not the
yes,
all.
Because the problem with the coat and tie job not boku. Now that the retirement age for instance now 60 years. Let's say Khadija and Mabel are working. Roughly by your looks, your ages are between 35 going to 42 or 3. You have to work for 20 years. And every day a year, graduates are coming down. Are you going to leave your job for them to come take it? No! Until after another 20 years that you retire. But in the sector of agriculture...
But that government there for create more job because when they do intake at the university every year, there is a cutoff. So when I know every year how many students they go in, at the end of the course, how many students they come out, where jobs them for them be created.
That is why banks are making branches every year, time within time. If you look at Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, they don't just open new branch now Wilberforce. That tells you more people are going to be given job because they just go take the head and move them, but they are going to employ cashiers, they are going to employ other people. That is what is going to happen. So these are the facilities. And because we retirement age, the fact remains people are not ready to go early, and this is how it is happening. But the reality here is we are on the right track, and by the time we finish the 50 industrial estate at Songo, more jobs are going to be created, and we are bound. Like what I say, I don't even go to the youth ministry for provide the job they would on creating youth in fishing, youth in car wash, because then they don't become dormant now. Today, I decide to migrate my thought into something new, things people have not had before. Because me, they like, I don't know if I mean the young data man now, why they come and get me fact for put them together for make sure, say, I get really waiting to make the citizen they know, say, yes, we've not got there yet, as my president promised in 2018. I have not promised you a simplicity fix, but what? A total fix at the end of the day that will make you say Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.
Alright, Honorable Munir, continue for the with at the studio. Like we be announced so anytime from now. We got to open the phone line. Let we hear it from the viewers themselves. When are the citizens and then we go cast them votes and then promises here where the president be make another manifesto today. Now been for them. We got to open the phone line and themselves call and tell we what did they think 3 years down the line how them big 5 game changer had on the operate. Then go for give them first hand experience. So they come over to you again. I'm in Kailo. We don't talk a little under the one we get for do with 500,000 job creation. One other thing where President Bio being always done the talk about, now this in number 2, now the 5 big game changers when a human capital development. According to what he been right there, they say inclusive economic growth relies on skilled and educated human capital. In the next 5 years, they say the SLPP government go invest in developing technical and vocational skills required to grow economy, focusing particularly on creating equal opportunity for women. We will invest in health systems and develop a health capital workforce for a 21st century economy. How far from a perspective has the Bio-led administration come with achieving this human capital development 3 years down the line?
Yeah, the human capital development encompasses a lot. But we Honorable Muniru been they say this time around, he says certain things that we, to a very large extent, I disagree completely. And he also reprimand me seriously for a revelation I make. You don't even know the steps that we me take. So I think I reserve the right for make the public know, because this is the media. When they talk about youth unemployment, we not in at the focus now. One thing for us we are know clearly now that, you know, Sierra Leone, youth unemployment by 2024, I mean, then be rate we at 3.6% of youth then we get employment, 3.6% by 2024. As we speak now, as we talk, but all the one that we don't call the enabling environment, where they don't create the company that we claims in a government gets way and they can't dismiss completely. About 70% of young people in this country will fall within the age bracket 15 to 35. About 70% they don't get job. They are not employed. Even the one themselves we manage for get job. Most of them job then they will then get. We also need for no say these are jobs we are informal jobs. And then job then they're insecure and then they create significant risks to social stability. Somebody they trade in we get some youth then they way then are traffickers. Yeah, then push they are young people that they give for go sell to them company. Some of them the jobs that they engage in. These are informal jobs, insecure, where they create stability to the social fabric in this country, instability to the social fabric in this country. Some job then they were young people and not even for do. Some countries then they for where you know past 18 years, even the one when a soccer, when a football. We all be the watch here, I mean Yamal. We then be the play. We Spain be the play. You get certain time where the kind side. The number of minutes wait for players, young folks where see reach then they pull out. If they not pull out, then they find the country. So some job then they way young people not even need for do. We need for know that thing clearly. So youth unemployment with all waiting me brother don't say we still get about 70% of young people in this country by the data where they anybody can check. Or not get employment. If they talk about Myro, he say where they talk about employment, he called Myro, he called Sierra Juice. I mean Myro, one thing for no force, this is a private sector, not a government data.
But instead they create
no, not to government, no Khadija. No, where government be the promise. Where government be the promise.
Say na government get am.
Yeah.
Say
me for
the Bio-led administration, they create the enabling environment for the private sector for thrive.
All government they create the enabling environment for. In fact, we created the enabling environment for the private sector for thrive more than any other government in history. First of all, when you want to create an enabling environment, you forget what you call stability in the country, security for the maximum, taxation for the down. Now, the kind of taxation they observe, but private business they discourage for operate in Sierra Leone. We need to know this. But let us talk about Myro. Myro, not to Sierra Leone no more, they operate. Myro, they even operate in Ghana. Myro, na British own. Not to Sierra Leone and get herself. Now British people and get her.
But you not claim that.
No. But now no go. Then go recruit me brother. Now Ferry Junction, Kumbra by Ferry, Kumbra by Magbolu, Robis. The recruiter na my 91, the employer. Yonibana, the employer, na government employer, not a government employer.
You not claim
government. No, but we are not be the get. You say, hey sister.
Private
sector.
Work to young people.
Not be frank with the debate. When you asked him about the 500,000 jobs, so then they create, he said they almost don't create about 60%.
Yes.
Now when I talk say 50%, he said that Khadija say na success. So me one dismiss now say they not create no 60%. And that most of them jobs they have, not to them get and private individuals are the candy. So allow me to unravel this one.
How many percent?
I say about 70% of young people not get employment.
No, say
me not to government. Me not to government.
So if you are disagreeing,
me not
from your own view,
yeah.
How much you feel they don't create?
Khadija, me not they give fictitious data. I am not government. Government are the appropriate person for tell you say now this amount.
But you go challenge them figure if you not get
me the challenge them because I get alternative. I get alternative.
You can only challenge them if you get something different with the proof say.
We get
not to
we get institutions when they look at employment. What they tell you the age bracket. I don't tell you waiting at the population of adolescents, waiting at the population of youth. I don't tell you by 2024 I say about 3.6%. I don't tell you say now the institution they estimate say about 70% of young people in Sierra Leone unemployed. They say even the one themselves who employed in the informal sector. Most of the jobs the way they get now risks. And now they create instability in the social fabric. I don't tell you, this is not Mikhailo speaking. This is what I have researched. We need for no dandy. Let hold on to the 60%. Let me hold on to the percentage I get and let the public judge.
All right, well, let's go to the human capital development.
Now, coming to the human capital development, but this is very important. Now, you're talking about my role, within my 91 at Royanka, on the Bana Chivrom Tonkolili district. That is my district. Most of the people that are employed there, now me people them. Then they pay them. The bank where then they pay them a community bank and no but my very well. We need for know that day. And law also know say not only Sierra Leone they operate also in Ghana. The same my way. And so law also knows in a British own, not to government creator. So the people that were they employed, not to government employ them. Now you talk about capital foods, you say capital, then they grow pineapple and a kenema, they employ young people and then they feel okay for work. In fact, the pineapple, then they go na kenema, no more self, no enough for let them do. Then they go to Nkolili, then they go buy pineapple lay.
So we employ.
You understand? Sarah Juice na capital foods getter.
You know, claim that
for that not to government getter. Government they claim the jobs away the private sector they create, not to the creator.
In our
Khadija. We need to know.
Enable environment. That's what the
government
private sector they come in.
Yeah.
I understand that.
That's what we promised.
Government promised 5,000 jobs or 500,000 jobs. Yeah. Not to government don't employ them people.
And India, we talk about creating enabling environment for private sector.
We need to know that. But then listen, the truth of the matter is governments need for create the jobs the way then they own. Let government influence factories the way originally now they influence them for come. From scratch now they build them factories the day. That is what we want to see. Not to forgo build car wash. That is not what we want to see. Let government create jobs. Let government get their own factory. It's not bad for let government get factory, even agricultural factory. It's not bad. We get government they feed prisoners every day. Government they feed prisoners every day. They will be small. They say that they take prisoners there. Government they feed them every day. That they go there and Mafanta, that they go to farm. Why government know they do all that in
the human capital?
Yeah, we are coming to human capital development now. But then there is a very important one also before to human capital development. No problem. I have summarized human capital development. I just therefore can't tell you the challenges. I don't summarize them. Now, my brother talking about even this English, the Sierra Leone Premier League. How can you so claim? Say when I don't create job for even fan base there, then the transport. What can you say about the English Premier League? What can you say about the La Liga in Spain? What can you say about the Bundesliga in Germany? What can you say about the CIA League in Italy? What can you say about the numerous fans being an Arsenal fan? So now the British government they make and they get money becoming an Arsenal fan.
You, that's the way they move with.
Nah, you should know this. It is not government. Now government get Blackpool. Now government get Cambo Eagles. Cambo Eagles in Kenima is a community team. Now we they contribute to money. They not to government get on. How they hire a player, how they fire and they don't even know. Some player then they will sack and tomorrow morning government they able say no. Let go get a job na port authority.
So
no.
The Premier exists.
No. Yes, do your own time. Premier been there. It been there. So long no say this league, then they play all over the world, not to government they employ. When then they sign player, the British government they know how much they decide. What would they about for sack Mikel Arteta? British government go say, oh no, we're not sack they lost job. Nah, then they tell me. So when we talk about jobs that are produced by government, provided by government, let we be serious about it. It is not the Premier League. It is not the British League. It is not the CIA. You know, it is not the La Liga. This is job where government for creates. Like now, what did they say? When are they about for increase the number of nurses for giving code? That is government job. The number of teachers. You understand? yes, the recruitment, I hear the military man be they say 1,000 they be want about 20,000 they apply.
Yeah.
And the chief minister be the worker, they get a tete-a-tete. I hear the record and they put on a social media. So these are the jobs we are talking about. Now government for let you know say job not the military man self na in talker. And say then call for 1,000 application, 20,000 people they apply. If you wanna be don't recruit about most of the one they will apply. If I order the recruiting at the military, you get age brackets now. At least enough for past 40 years. If I don't take one, so you forget university certificate. All the one they will apply now, young people they will fall within the youth bracket about 20,000. Now only 1,000 they need. If it jobs them the day, then go apply that kind of way for join the military. No, these are revelations coming from government. So these are the things we are talking about. I go glad if for government. I go glad if for government if they increase, PIN code for sister the way and nurses. Then most of them not get PIN codes. I go glad if they increase PIN codes for teachers then give them opportunity for going to the private schools and for go teach there. So we need for know down there. So now let us come to business proper. We are talking about the human capital development. Now human capital development is the question, my brother. When you are talking, I listened, I was taking note. Now, first of all, this now one part of the thing the way President Bio. In fact, President Bio, you don't use human capital development in a register pass any other word. And human capital development encompasses a lot. A lot. Now, we talk about the health sector, we talk about youth employment all day under Dande, we talk about service delivery, but continue the way they under human capital development. But there are challenges, Khadija. With all we think government don't do under human capital development, challenges are still there. So, not only business for talking about the successes. Only we will talk about them, but let me talk about the challenges.
Yeah.
Where the human capital development still pose. First of all, we get weak health and nutrition status in this country. Weak health and nutrition status. Now take a look at still malnourished beginning. We will be in data day. The health sector will improve and small. We'll make sure we get the free healthcare initiative. And they see Moses Mambu and Charles Mambu in Big Brother, we still in at the civil society. Moses Mambu then. Now they be the monitor the free healthcare initiative. We as government will give them the opportunity for do that day. For monitor across, then go Kailang, Pujong, all side. They be the monitor the free healthcare initiative for make sure say drugs then, cost recovery drugs that are available in the hospital. Would they supply plumpy nuts to malnourished picking them? Would they even give none at some point? Would they make sure say everything with pregnant women, lactating mothers, children under 5 will be they give them? But now talk to nurses. They don't deal with nurses that they grumble. What they talk say the free healthcare initiative government for pull out because then just put on the na lip service. You they go picking under 5. Now hospital, all the drugs the way they buy, they get an at the hospital pharmacy, where then they list for you. Pass you go buy outside the hospital. All these they under the human capital development health. Now number one than they. We don't see circumstances now this country outside doctors they not strike, not to 1, not to 2, not to 3. Conditions of service for doctors and nurses is very poor. We don't see circumstances in the country where we hospital and deplorable. Even electricity at some point a problem in the hospital. We don't see outside people that don't die in the hospital for, power shortage. Sometimes they under oxygen. Sometimes operation they take place. We don't see those circumstances then they in this country. We not say it not be the happen, but they say improvement be done they during APC time. We'll introduce the free healthcare initiative. Because we know what Bella Oman be they go through. We know what Pikida be they go through. We know what Combrade be they go through. Now I could be introduced and or maintain and or being get people away support we. UNICEF be they support we. UNFPA be they support we. A lot of institutions they supported us because they see the seriousness way and as by Koma put into Dandy. So Dandy now one serious challenge. Now we they talk about education, free quality. Now, analysts then go tell you we still get what to call low quality and relevance of education. The education quality is low. We already see in the returns of most of the graduates the what they get. We they see in the performance of picking them. Then can they pass there? Some of them they get pass mark na public exams. But if you call me, we have been the SS1 now government secondary school Kenema at the University of the East. Are the right correct letter? Formal, informal. Now you call PQ the SS1, most of them. You can't put them say can write correct letter for me, even composition, they write them better. Yeah. We don't see university students that we don't see it worse, then pass, then get good grades, they fail entrance exam. That is the quality we are talking about. Again, Yes, Khadija, I am just commencing, assessing.
Yeah, but the time you're using all.
Okay, let me summarize. Maybe I will not explain further, but that is just a challenge.
No, you don't take.
Again, high youth unemployment, because it's under this pillar. We're not going to talk about. I will already talk about high youth unemployment. We need to know that clearly. Waiting me brother one also need for no economic limitation. Now only another problem, high debt servicing. We get for pay boku money instead of they put her into capital investment and money they pay low revenue base. We not get much else how they get money. The only side who happen for get money now the taxation and the tax the way companies that they pay. But now NRA back money who they get people that with the tifa. One great man, the thief boku money in NRA go big bokos and then go finance more money. We need for no than the.
But don't listen to
institutional structural issue now. Another problem.
No,
get corruption, brother. Okay,
go. We don't listen to una the politician there.
Talk on human capital aid.
Yes, we will come to you, but quickly yes. If you watch at the screen, +232 74200 545 only on WhatsApp. Now the number then they for call, and yourself go add your voice to the conversation this morning. But quickly, look, come to you, Honorable.
Yes, whilst we await the callers, one thing like what I say, me get me document. Inside Strata 2, we get human capital development, where we say nourishing skills for the 21st century. And under the government promise sustain government budget allocation, where as we speak now, we get 21+% allocation to the educational sector. We continue for expand access in primary and secondary education. And how will they make this expansion access? It's how we 2018 manifesto will promise for build schools in every ward. And what have we done? We don't do what we call assessment, needs assessment. As I speak now, we don't create not less than 1,500 classrooms countrywide. And at the Gimme brother, thank God he's a native man like me. Let we begin go under Potloko, United Brethren, Amadia JSS, I call them for you. Location, na Lunge, Chiefdom, na Kafubulom Chiefdom. We don't rehabilitate classroom block 1. Take the record so that you go check. We rehabilitate the staff toilet, rehabilitate the girls toilet, rehabilitate the boys toilet, rehabilitate the hand dog well. When you go Potloko, Kankele Islamic Greek School, when at Bintiwala, within a Lokomasama, I call them so that you know the strain. We get rehabilitation of classroom block 1. We construct 4 new classrooms. We construct staff toilet. We construct girls toilet. We construct boys toilet, and we construct the well because we want every school for get water. When you go now, the same Potloko, now the Bulom Amadia JSS, within a Masoila, when a Kafu Bulom, we rehabilitate the classroom block 1, we rehabilitate the classroom block 2, rehabilitate the admin block 3, we rehabilitate the staff and boys toilet, construct girls toilet, rehabilitate the hand dog well. We provide solar and gen science lab for that particular school day. Inside the same Lokomasama, under Potloko, when a Pitifuk Junction, when a Lokomasama, we construct the girls toilet, we rehabilitate block 1, we rehabilitate block 2, we rehabilitate block 3, we construct a science library and computer lab. Now under same Potloko, King Fuad Islamic JSS, I know all strain, I go photocopy them for you so that you go get them. Because if you write, it go monitor you. We get King Fuad Islamic JSS within a bylaw Lokomasama, but I come up Potloko because I have about 25 stratas in Potloko. La run can be a quick. Yes, so una as journalism go verify. Yes, la kana na Bombali quick when a Makeni when a them powerhouse. If you look at Bombali when a Wuron Memorial JSS, we get the Wokulang when a Sanda Tandaram, we rehabilitate the administrative classroom block 1, we construct the camp and science lab.
Now government do on government assisted
like I said,
donors.
What government does in every budget,
because you seem for the NAC chest to win.
Yeah, you know why? You know why?
Fully government funded projects.
What in government they do? It just seems like when the president come, it declare free education, then it open the platter. So when you declare
fully government funded project,
there is never a one
in partnership.
That is what government does. Waiting government they do like declare free quality education. You so launch them.
Right.
We will launch them. What we do? We put your money. then interested partners could now come and like we even call Orange, where Orange decide for go build for which school. Now so we do.
From the viewers and
you see, I want call me data, but outside the man do it all the time.
But let me just
I get her. I done back. I go Cambia back.
We'll come back to Nash.
Yes.
Let me just quickly go for this break. Then when we come back, we'll make the viewers and call and tell we waiting and think about the 5 big game changers them 3 years down the line. We will be back shortly.
Salon at 65. The Salon people, Salon they turn 65 years after independence, and the celebration is hitting the plate. So, me people, make we join the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the National Tourist Board, the Monuments and Relics Commission, and the Tourism and Hospitality Private Sector as we celebrate Sierra Leone at 65. The journey through gastronomy, culture, and creativity. Mark the date from the 25th of April to the 26th of April 2026. We dey take over Jijibonta car park from 11 o'clock in the morning till the next day, because we forget display of different kind of art and culture. Come one, come all. Come and celebrate our local heritage. Experience live cooking with unique signature dishes. Enjoy food tasting competition and plenty other things but culinaries. Art and culture, sculpture, painting, designs, comedy, artistic performance, and plenty more. After the cultural performances, you don't forget kites flying. Therefore, do the painting right in front of you. Car racing, exhibition, and plenty other activities there. With a call on every Sierra Leonean can be part of the celebration. The best part, entrance is free from the 25th of April to the 26th of April 2026. With a takeover Jijibonta car park. See you there.
Welcome back. It's still Waji Breakfast Show where they come to you live on Liberty Online TV, and we tell you now, say when we come back, where they can't take calls now from the public, let them tell you now waiting and think about 3 years down the line, the 5 big game changers them, how it on the work for them. Where they ask that when they device so they use for monitor, stick to the points, just speak on what you think about the 5 big game changers, and also make sure say you keep the conversation very civil. We get to very first caller on the line now. Good morning, your name and also you call from, please.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and also you call from.
I come from Dubai.
All right, go ahead. What are you talk about the 5 big game changers 3 years down the line?
I don't know, thank you. Like bring them people there, like studio, come in able to explain what they don't do and what they also left to do. But just like how mentally they see, we see we already consider we see what they happen. Environment things for make the work and they see people even though they already take drug, but they see as a minimal. Because the one that we trying for grab, go and work, and the drug will affect the job. So they see the government trying every sector of attack or put things in place. And people they work and they can't see. But when they see things, they reflect from home. And they really they are more with. And sometimes they will let for this program there, one for participate. Let them go there back going and the drug, but when they have this political business, let them focus on how to lift people their lives there. Only from separation. People don't graduate. Most of them are going to graduate to don't go universities. But not your job. And make them left and can't consider there for can look for better opportunities there. So pray that the one who left home also leave as well, made them forget the opportunity where they never forget. So made them begin for say the fact to people they made see the reality. So that they continue to try them when they travel, they see things the way that they see, let them go for the better home. If not 100%, but at least 50 or 60%, let them go down. So that people will support them for votes for them.
Many thanks.
Thank you.
All right, many thanks to that caller there from Dubai. We tell we waiting to think about the big 5 game changers 3 years down the line. We get another caller on the line. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show. Your name and you call from, please. Hello. All right, we go replace that call. When you call, come out from your device where they use for monitor. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, MS Kane from Darus.
Yes. What?
I really appreciate it on 2 panelists them, but one thing we need to understand. We not for big doors.
When you call, come out from your device where they use for
MS.
Yeah, hello.
All right, they replace the call because we asked that way the call come out from your monitoring device because they give negative feedback na the studio. Yeah. Good morning. Your name and also you call we from?
My name is Napolingo. I call from Sydney, Australia.
Yes. What?
I want to partake in the area of human capital. President Bill being then BBC. During the 2018 election, it tell me say in 6 months' time, it creates employment for 500,000 people. I don't know if don't succeed in that first 500,000 there before you talk about this other 500,000 Indian. Then again, in the term human capital, in a manifesto, it tell me say it build training centers that each constituency across the country. We want to know how many of them training centers then they don't build. Before we talk of the employment, that is the main question we are getting for the honorable.
All right, many thanks. We did take about 3 more calls before we come to the studio guest them. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Yeah, good morning, Liberty. Good morning, everybody.
Yes, please. Your name also you call we from?
Ahmed Tawanka, the call from Black Hole Road.
Yes, Ahmed.
First of all, I want to tell the former honorable plenty thank you and the other big personality from the APC party because believe saying I don't can unity there we pray for. They don't 2 political party they get because like I just imagine if you know like the publicity of SLPP for media and I believe say so you know sometimes studio for don't go more than this. But like now this kind of unity, this is a very mature debate, and we pray for this unity continue.
What do you think about the 5 big game changers 3 years down the line?
But Mama, we don't see nothing reflected. But one for tell we honorable go tell the boss, say that's the way they put in a paper. Say majority of the Sierra Leonean then say you know reflected, so we don't know if like Pasigay green card or so. But like they are once ladies be a national development for everybody, they are the big. But nothing reflected, Mama.
All right, Ahmed, many thanks. All right, we go for another call. Good morning. Your name and also you call we from, please.
Mina Ahmed, I call from Plantown.
Yes, Ahmed.
Yeah, this on our television station, I get issues with small thing when I want to discuss.
The topic this morning, now the 5 big game changers 3 years down the line. Now that you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I get government get beaucoup issues and beaucoup developmental things and but at the finance and say this radio station, you know they talk about party in government business no more much. All the program throughout the week now, so APC
Hello?
business no more. When I not get time for the talk of government in own business.
Ahmed?
Much.
Ahmed?
Yeah.
What do you think about the 5 big game changers inside President BA Manifesto 3 years down the line? Now you get opportunity for talk about that.
No, but President BA don't do a lot where me know of because it's about the mentality. President BA don't do most of them thing and they. You see the free health care, they don't do. Even the military, they don't transform them. But thing and they. Where government they do own and all they talk about. all the programs throughout
So now you get opportunity for talk. Now you get the opportunity for talk. The 5 big game changers, Ahmed. All right, Ahmed, don't drop the call. Hello. All right. Hello, good morning. All
right. We'll go end the calls today and quick one when we come back in the studio. So we studio guest there this morning as we don't analyze President's bill in big 5 game changers in second term manifesto this morning. We don't take a critical look into Ram Osa Idena, what he don't achieve, waiting left. Quick one to we studio guest in 1 minute each. Minkailo, 3 years down the line, 2 more years to go. Potentially for His Excellency complete then big 5 game changer there in 1 minute.
No, there is no potential. This not the manifesto. They don't even do 5% of voting and promise than this manifesto. You know, in 2018, they also come before the elections. They say they don't achieve 90% of voting and promise than that manifesto. Now, waiting and carry forward to 2023, we me brother Money will be the talk about. I mean, they don't fail the woefully. They call the classrooms the way they don't build and the town the way they build and the district the way they need. They're not being promised. We say that they add per classrooms and they say that they build schools. Waiting and promise we know that. Then they build schools now each administrative chiefdom. We get about 192 chiefdoms in this country after the de-amalgamation. Let them tell me one chiefdom who said them build school from scratch to finish. Not to go add to classroom. They go get K school. We get Boku classroom there, you go add the 1 or 2, you say you don't improve on that day better. What he promised not to you do. They say that they build boarding home. Now each district headquarter town. Let them show me one district who said they don't construct boarding home. They not succeed for do that day. This was a promise in 2018, we then carry forward to 2023. They have not achieved that. They say that they build teachers training college. Now each district headquarter town. They not succeed for do that day. Let them show me one district now this town, who they don't now this country, who they don't build teachers training college. They also say then they pay for university, picking them with the university when a teacher, like if he daddy don't teach for about 5 years or 7 years as the case may be, where you get not more than 3 picking them, then they pay for because of his service to this country and at the education sector. What the time they reach? Boku head teachers and when they present them picking them, they say go call DNA reports. Sometimes I brother and picking you don't go take. Some picking they not so you born biologically, but now you not involved, now you responsible for now you paying education fee. So if you count I can't put I no need for bring DNA as long as you knock out more than 3 picking them. All that in a lip service. So waiting me brother they say most of waiting and do these are projects when an NGO then they support schools and for do where government just can't catch, they say catch by me fame, then go catch me at this small for let them feel say they say don't do something. Now government is doing lip service, Khadija and Mabel. What we want for see, waiting government promise in 2018 when they not achieve, when they carry forward to 2023 and this manifesto, what they call, they say the new direction, consolidating gains and accelerating transformation. People's manifesto. Waiting they are now want for see. Now waiting they are Iboku, we will not go into, but government say then they improve basic and senior education, improve technical and higher education, improve the healthcare, empowering women, youth, and people with disability, and more. We want for see. Let government can tell you say people with disability. Now this construction we don't do for them. Now this training they offer to them. Now we got Boku where they in the streets. How they for pull them in the streets. Echo streets are they also been booked. Now NGO people then go support them. How then they pull them? Let bigger man them come on the street. And then they want to see.
All right, Honorable Muniru, waiting at the prospects for the remaining years we don't left achieving waiting the Insider Manifesto plan day.
I want to tell the callers and thank you, and that also say we communicate. It's only unfortunate they tell me brother we get 18 minutes or so for talk. and all open the promises that will make like how me they do. If you watch they watch, see the school they will build. If they say will not build school them, and they show you what's on the other page. These are pictorial evidences where they show the school them. But my brother, I said we construct. Now, hey God, you don't get you one. You don't get you 1 minute.
No, but this is
you don't get you 1 minute. You don't wrap up. So give me my own time.
No, but that's school they be there.
Like what I say, when my brother doing you, it just the OP we book his show. Me they show the pictures them of the building they will don't do, and are explained by district. And one thing way they say we show. Yes, as a government, we continue to be the father of the house, and as a father of the house, while you wife and picking the sleep na net, you know waiting you get as an obligation, because when they wake up in the morning, you want for say they get something for it and prepare for go to school. And now you make the government still committed for say yes, we hit this target, we get to Usai, we promise for Tekuna, and by the time we reach there by 2028, we will not get any doubt, but for entrust this country in the hands of SLPP. Now I make moving forward, we go for the car with pictorial evidence. We go for make short videos so that it does not just become a word of mouth, but it becomes pictorial fact. And that we believe say, because SLPP they work in it, they talk, na like how papa they feed in Pekin and wef na host, we no need for go talk on a radio. But now that they are pushing us, we'll bring those facts, because the people already development they touch, then they see them fact, then they add a no bottom. So until we get for go to them process, and they are, I don't start and now, but rest assured 2028 you will entrust this country in our hands, because we got a lot of development where we don't do and where we plan for do in the next successive government. When I SLPP.
Thanks. We on join winner the program this morning. Honorable Muniru Lansana from the SLPP and also Minkailu Kuruma from the APC. On I think on Canada studio this morning, we will find more time for continue for look at this agenda, as it left for 2 years for the President Bill wrap up in second and final term na office. Many thanks to all we make calls and send messages for make this particular episode of the Liberty Breakfast Show come to now. One for so many thanks to the production team, and until we meet again, maybe Kabadis, get a safe day and goodbye.
All right, many thanks to all we don't tune in this morning for Watch Liberty TV. Continue for Watch Liberty TV throughout the day as we get very interesting content them way we they produce for now. Many thanks to the entire team who support we for being this edition come to now. Mina Khadija Bangwa, say have a good day.
Building tomorrow today with Rightmove. Looking for quality, reliability, and innovation in your next big build? Choose Rightmove Engineering and Construction, Sierra Leone's trusted name in transforming ideas into enduring structures. We don't just build projects, we craft landmarks that stand the test of time. From state-of-the-art offices and modern homes to fuel stations, water systems, and infrastructure, our team delivers precision, passion, and perfection. At Rightmove, we are not following industry standards, we are setting them. Through cutting-edge technology, uncompromising safety, and sustainable solutions, we are building a brighter, stronger, and safer Sierra Leone. Visit us at 54 Campbell Street, Freetown, or call 078399475 or 077504338. Rightmove Engineering and Construction. Building quality, building trust, building the future.
It's Labor Day. After
stress, and queries at the office. It's time to ease your brain, laugh out loud, and feel like the CEO. Laugh and jam with Kido and Manifesto will make sense on Labor Day, Friday, May 1st, 2026. Venue, prestigious Prince Money Hotel, 7 p.m. Ticket prices, Kido, 500 leons. Answer, 1,000 leons. I mean, table for 4, 10,000 leons. Adil, table for 8, 20,000 leons. You don't buy yourself plenty. Now come and laugh. No excuse. Media partner, Liberty Online TV, and cooked by Eminence Africa.
I say, it don't make sense. I don't make sense.
Wise men bank with UBA. Wise women too with UBA.
School pupils in Sierra Leone, do you have a creative writing skills? Would you love to win a brand new laptop and a scholarship grant worth up to 50,000 new leons? Then, this is your moment. The UBA Foundation, with support from UBA Sierra Leone, in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, is proudly launching the 5th edition of the 2025-2026 UBA National Essay Competition, as the UBA Sierra Leone has teamed up with the Institute for Legal Research and Advocacy for Justice, ILRAJ, to make it bigger and better. Are you a senior secondary school pupil anywhere in Sierra Leone? Then get ready to showcase your ideas. Write a handwritten essay of not more than 500 words on the topic gender-based violence in schools, causes, consequences, and solutions. And yes, the rewards are exciting. First prize, a brand new laptop plus a 50,000 new leons scholarship grant. Second prize, 30,000 new leons. And third prize, 20,000 new leons. Remember, your essay must be handwritten, not typed. Upon submission, please include your full name, passport photograph, your age, town and district, school name, and of course, the name and phone number of your parent, guardian, or teacher. Submit your essay at any UBA branch, MBSSE Regional Office nationwide, or the ILRAJ office, or send us a scanned copy to cfc-leon@ubagroup.com. For more information, please call us on 078 200 200 or 099 22 11 22. Deadline for submission, April 30th, 2026. So, sharpen your pen, share your ideas, and be the voice for change. Visual impaired students are also encouraged to apply. The UBA Foundation National Essay Competition, unlocking young talent and shaping the leaders of tomorrow. Write it, submit it, win it.
Freetown City Council Public Notice Enforcement of Frontage Cleanliness. The Freetown City Council FCC has observed with serious concern that many owners and occupiers of buildings within the municipality of Freetown continue to neglect the cleaning and maintenance of their frontages, premises, and private drainage systems. In several instances where cleaning is attempted, waste is left piled near drainages, creating an unsightly, unhealthy, and environmentally hazardous condition. Part 3 of the Freetown City Council Solid Liquid Waste and Collection Bylaws 2024, Clause 8, Subsection 1A clearly states, an owner or occupier shall maintain and keep clean his frontage, premises, and private drainage systems. Clause 8, Subsection 2 further provides that an owner or occupier who contravenes sub-relegations 1 commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine not exceeding 5,000 new leons, or to imprisonment for not exceeding 6 months, or to both fine or imprisonment. The Freetown City Council hereby informs the public that full enforcement of the city bylaws has commenced. The FCC Metropolitan Police have been deployed across the municipality to monitor compliance, conduct routine patrols, and document violations. Any individual, business, or institution found contravening contravening the above provisions will face immediate penalties, including fines not exceeding 5,000 unions, imprisonment for a term not exceeding 6 months, or both fine and imprisonment as provided by law. A clean city is not only a legal obligation, it is a shared responsibility. When residents fail to maintain their frontages or misuse public spaces, the entire city suffers the consequences. FCC therefore urges all residents, businesses, and institutions to cooperate fully and maintain their surroundings. A clean city begins with you. Maintain your frontage, dispose your waste properly, respect public spaces, and obey the law.
Salon at 65. Please, Salon people, Salon they turn 65 years after independence, and the celebration is hitting the plate. So, me people, make we join the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, the National Tourist Board, the Monuments and Relics Commission, and the Tourism and Hospitality Private Sector as we celebrate Sierra Leone at 65. The journey through gastronomy, culture, and creativity. Mark the date from the 25th of April to the 26th of April 2026. We dey take over Jijibonta car park from 11 o'clock in the morning till the next day, because we will forget display of different kind of art and culture. Come one, come all. Come and celebrate our local heritage. Experience live cooking with unique signature dishes. Enjoy food tasting competition and plenty other things but culinaries. Art and culture, sculpture, painting, designs, comedy, artistic performance, and plenty more. After the cultural performances, you don't forget kites flying. Therefore, do the painting right in front of you. Car racing, exhibition, and plenty other activities there. With a call on every Sierra Leonean can be part of the celebration. The best part, entrance is free from the 25th of April to the 26th of April 2026. With a takeover Jijibonta car park. See you there.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.